Spain have won a World Cup, a European Championship, a generation of football so beautiful it made other countries uncomfortable. Cape Verde have roughly the population of a mid-sized city and an airport most people can't find on a map. So when these two met at the 2026 World Cup, you probably think you know the result. You don't. Cape Verde didn't just show up. They almost won. Here is exactly how that happened. Cape Verde is a tiny island nation off the west coast of Africa. Around 500,000 people. No major domestic league to speak of. Most of their players compete in Portugal, in Belgium, in mid-table divisions most fans have never watched on purpose. This is not an insult. It is context. Spain, meanwhile, have won a World Cup, won Europe, dominated the sport for a generation. On paper, this is not a football match. It is a formality, except football doesn't care about paper. Here is what most people miss about results like this. The bigger team doesn't always win, because football isn't about having the best players on the field. It is about whether your best players can do anything useful once they get there. Spain want to pass, constantly. Every touch, every movement, every second is about controlling the ball and creating space. It is extraordinarily effective against teams who come to play. Cape Verde did not come to play. They came to suffocate. 10 players behind the ball. Organized. Patient. Every time Spain found a gap, it closed. Whether Spain liked it or not, that gap closed. Then there was the goalkeeper, Vozinha, a name you now know whether you ever followed Cape Verde football or not. 7 saves. 7. Spain had the ball. Spain created chances. Vozinha stood in the way of all of them. That is not luck. That is a goalkeeper executing the last line of a plan that was never supposed to last 90 minutes. But it did. The final score, 0-0. Spain held by an island nation with a population smaller than most European cities. Here is the thing most people get wrong after a result like this. They call it a shock, an upset, an anomaly. It isn't. It is the oldest story in football. A well-organized, low-block defensive team can neutralize almost anyone for 90 minutes. Elite coaches know this. Elite players fear it. The shock is not that Cape Verde did it. The shock is that more teams don't try. Most walk into games like this hoping for a miracle. Cape Verde brought a plan instead. This is the 2026 World Cup. 48 teams. More mismatches on paper than ever before. More Vozinhas waiting. More moments where the scoreline makes no sense until you understand the plan behind it. Now you do. Cape Verde didn't hold Spain because they got lucky. They held them because they had a plan. They executed it for 90 minutes, and they had one man in goal who refused to let it fall apart. That is not an upset. That is football working exactly as designed. The game has not changed. You have? You're welcome. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.